Hello, everybody. Mic check. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Ready for the weekend. We're still a little early, but yeah, I'm just kind of getting ready and prepped and everything set up. But yeah, we should be starting soon. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, so today we're gonna be doing Digimon. Hope everybody's excited for that. And yeah. Man, I've like not thought about Digimon in a long time, but I'm kind of excited. Gonna jump into it. Actually, that was something that I was a little curious about. So for everybody that's early here, who actually knows what Digimon is? Because it's more of like me, like my generation, like 90s kids. Like if you grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, like you're already born in the 90s and in early 2000s. I feel like that's the only way that you would really know. And then maybe you caught on, like you somehow managed to catch on to it, like somehow down the line or something. An older sibling. Oh, that's true too. Yeah, I feel like Digimon when it came out, how old would I have been? I feel like I was maybe like grade 1 or 2, or I don't know, somewhere around there. So it's weird. It's a while ago. That you capture it and then make fight with the cell phone game. Yeah, I wonder if people, like, you know how Pokemon's made a comeback? I wonder if Digimon will ever have a comeback. I feel like they tried to with the movies, and then it never really caught on, especially, but they had the digi devices. I don't know what they're called. You know how it's like the like Pokemon has the Pokedex, Digimon has like the Digidex. I don't know what it's called though. Anybody know what it is? Like it looks a little bit like like this. They were cool though. I remember when people had these, I was like, yo, I want one. Something, I feel like it looks something like this. I'm not too sure. It's been a while. I'm also doing this off of memory, but like when people had these, I was like, yo, that's sick. I want one. And it had like a little button. It was basically like a Tamagotchi. Digivice. Is it Digivice? Okay, I was close. But yeah, it was like, it was like a Tamagotchi but with Digimon. It wasn't it? I feel like that's what it was. I'm honestly actually kind of surprised that Pokemon never did anything like this, where they had like a device. I know they had the Pokedex and like you could buy it, but I don't think it caught on as much as this Digivice did. I feel like, in my opinion, I don't know, maybe Digidriver, maybe. Digidriver also sounds correct as well, you know. Maybe in the later ones, where you could have a Digimon in it. Of a Digimon Jetix. What is Jetix? Don't know what that is. When you're drawing Yokai. Actually, that's a game, right? Oh, oops. That's like a game. I think that's... Yeah. Hey, well, maybe we'll start a little bit earlier. You know how it is. Always get a little bit, I'm always a little bit delayed, or it takes me longer to draw stuff. So maybe we'll start a little, just like 2 minutes earlier. And we'll run through the things that we usually go over. And then yeah, we'll get started on the main event. We'll do a little bit of some analyzing of Digimon, the art style, and then we're going to draw our own Digimon. So that's going to be cool. So yeah, hello everybody and welcome to the stream. If you're wondering, it's like, oh wait, I thought Josh changed the schedule to like Monday. Why is he streaming on Friday? Well, if you guys didn't know, it was St. Patty's Day on Monday. So I guess we're like, oh, we don't want to interrupt anybody's potential outing that they might have on St. Patty's Day. So we moved it to Friday. So that's why we're streaming on Friday, random Friday stream, yeah, at 5 o'clock. But yeah, if you guys don't know who I am Josh. I'm one of the instructors here at Wing Canvas. And if you don't know who we are at Wing Canvas, we have a mission, and that mission is to make art education easily accessible to everyone. So join us for free live streamed lessons on YouTube every week and level up your skill with our community of art nerds. And we're more than just a YouTube channel. We're also an online school of illustration dedicated to helping artists turn their passion into income. A huge shout out to our amazing students and members for supporting our mission, and we love seeing their incredible work and watching you grow in our classes and weekly critiques. So if you want to dive deeper, you can also join our Discord to access stream notes and demos, exclusive artworks, art challenges, and resources to help you improve. So come connect with fellow art nerds and get inspired. That was our new plug, so if it sounded a little bumpy, it's because I'm still trying to... This is my first time reading it, so it's a little bit bumpy. But yeah, that's our new intro, new plug written by Kevin. Trying to get a feel for it, but yeah. So welcome to the stream. If you guys can't tell already by the title of the video or what's written on my screen, we're going to be doing a Digimon type stream, kind of similar to what I think Iggy and Jesse did, where they drew their own Pokemon, but instead I'm going to be drawing Digimon. I think maybe it's because long ago I might have mentioned Digimon, and so that's why I'm doing Digimon. So yeah, I guess that's where it's all coming from. But yes, we're going to analyze a little bit of the Digimon art style, like how they typically go about designing the creatures and characters, and then we're going to create our own, and based off of the poll. So if you guys didn't know, about like either a day or 2 days before the stream, we like to post a little announcement about the live streams, and sometimes there'll be a poll. And for this stream, I put out a poll asking you guys what type of Digimon, like Digimon type. So I think there was like fire, ice, I think one of them was like light or like light fairy, and you guys voted for ice. So we're gonna be doing an ice type of Pokemon for today's stream. But as you guys know, before we start the official stream topic, we always like to shout out our community. And every month we have a new art challenge, and this month was the challenge theme of mecha, because you know it's March, starts with the letter M, so this month's theme is mecha. And yeah, we like to shout out the community who participates in our challenges. And so here is our first piece, and it is by Mad Stylus. I've taught Mad before when I subbed for one of Jesse's. Oh, did I say Pokemon? Oh man, I think, well, maybe I mixed it up. What I maybe was trying to say is like Jesse and Iggy did a Pokemon stream. I'm doing it, the Digimon stream, but it's in the same way that the Pokemon stream ran. But yeah, going back to Mad Stylus. Mad is I think he's trying to be like a character designer. So this is really cool. I really like this. Very, very zany, kind of dark, very Ghost in the Shell kind of a vibe. But yeah, really like it. I guess I don't know if it's exactly mecha, but you know, it has some like mechanical aspects to it, and I really like it. It's very unsettling, I guess. And then we have one by Nick Donegan. Really cool drawing here. My goodness. I'm guessing this is based off like Armored Core, the game that just came out. Really cool levels of details here. My goodness. I can't imagine like painting something like this. I don't even know if I'd be able to go for something like this. This would take so much time for my brain to wrap around like how to light something like this. But that's crazy. And then we got one by Leandro. Hopefully I'm saying all your guys' names correctly. But I believe this was also an oil painting. So that's really cool. Yeah, the shape's really neat. I really like the atmosphere. I don't know, it looks like there's like a broken down city in the background or something. Just like the subtle implications with like the mark making, the buildings, and the shapes create a really cool atmosphere. So that's really nice. That's really cool. So yeah, if you guys are ever interested and you're like, oh, I want to get a potentially maybe a shout out on the YouTube live streams, participate in the monthly challenges. There's still a few more no, not a few more weeks, a few more days left. There's about like a week and a bit left in March. So if you want to submit your pieces and hopefully have Iggy, I believe it's Iggy, tomorrow shout out your piece, feel free to start submitting your pieces, your mecha pieces, onto the art challenge server channel on our community server. Yeah, and then maybe we'll give you a little shout out on our live streams. So yeah, don't worry, it can't be a rookie mistake for me because I don't know anything about Pokemon or Digimon, so it's a neither mistake. It's just nothing. It's just a mistake. Okay, so now, well, thank you everybody for, or I guess thank you Mad Stylus and Leandro and Nick Donegan for submitting in the art challenge. We're gonna go into the actual main event, I guess. Basically, we're gonna be doing some Digimon analysis, and then after analyzing the Digimon, I'm gonna design my own Digimon. So give me a sec. I'm just gonna open up the ref because I made a ref sheet, like a reference sheet for the Digimon. Oh man, I was almost about to say Pokemon again. So this is Digimon. If you guys didn't know, it kind of aired around the same time as Pokemon. I believe it came out a little bit after, but already right off the bat, something that I'm noticing that's different is that it's way more realistic, I guess. I don't know if realistic's the right term, but it's definitely more detailed than Pokemon is. I feel like with Pokemon, it's much more rounder. It's much more, what is it? Yeah, it's much more like cutesy. It's a little bit more, like, whoa, wow, oh. Yeah, it's a little bit cutesier, I feel like, with Pokemon, and it's a bit more like the shapes are much bigger and identifiable. Whereas I feel like with Digimon, yeah, spikier is a good way of looking at it. Way more realistic. Like look at all the muscles that they're showing off, and like the fur. There's a lot more details in the individual elements. Whereas I feel like Pokemon, they wouldn't really add all these things. I also feel like the creatures are relatively, they feel bigger, like more uniformly larger. Whereas like with Pokemon, there's more variance in the sizes. Whereas I feel like with Digimon, they're all kind of relatively big once they evolve into their larger, more like stronger forms. Like obviously, if you guys have never watched this show before, the they start off kind of like this is their baby form, like their smaller form. They can still like they still have abilities and everything, but then afterwards they evolve into like their second form, which I believe this is Agumon's like second form, and then he turns into like what is that mecha? Let me. I wonder if I can get the names right. Mecha, is it Garurumon? And I don't know. I'm probably getting it wrong. And then after this one, he turns into this one, which as a kid I thought that this one looked like the coolest one. I thought this one was like this was my favorite. I was like, oh, that's such a cool like design for like this dinosaur. Yo, I was right. Yo, it is Garurumon. Look at that. Or Metal Greymon is like the wolf one, I think. Yeah. So I think this one, maybe it might not be too hard to try to mimic, just because the style of it is way more anatomical. Like they're going out of their way to show off the muscles and the legs and in the torso and the body. What did I see? I saw Broken Wings. You said that. Yeah, I assume that this would made it much harder to animate. My goodness, I can't imagine trying to like animate this, but yeah, it's much more muscular. So I guess it's not too well. We're gonna try to mimic it, and we're gonna try to design an ice-based Digimon. Did I say Pokemon again? I don't know. They all end with Mon and starting to like they're all bleeding into one another. But yeah, we're gonna try to design our own Digimon, and it's gonna be ice form. Yeah, so we're gonna maybe come up with some concepts first, and I'm gonna have this just on the side, just so that this way, as I'm designing the Digimon, I can kind of compare and contrast and see if it like still feels relatively in the same style and they feel similar to one another. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some like rough sketches. Now ice, we're gonna do an ice Digimon. Anybody have any animals that they want to kind of like toss out there as an idea for where to start? Wolf would have been a really good one to start with. Another existing Digimon was kind of like that walrus one or something, right? Or something. An opossum. Okay, I feel like I would need a wolf and a bat. Man, bat would have been really cool if I didn't do like a bat creature like a while ago. You're not even a fan? Whoa, I'd never said I wasn't a fan of Digimon. I actually like Digimon more than Pokemon, because Digimon always felt like it had a more, like a better storyline than Pokemon did. Because Pokemon felt like very episode of the week, whereas Digimon felt like it had an actual plot, like an overarching plot. And I always was more invested in it, but then unfortunately my parents actually child blocked the channel, so I never could actually watch it, even though I really wanted to watch Digimon. He is a fan, that's why we're doing Digimon. Okay, let me see. Some people are throwing up wolf and bat. Wolf bat doesn't sound too bad. Let's see. Animal options. We can start with this. We got wolf. Okay, but the wolf's already done, Also, you can be a fan of something and not know that much about it. I think, kangaroo, that you guys are wild. But yeah, I like Digimon. It's just like it came out when I was a kid. How am I supposed to remember it? It's like, are you telling me you don't remember something you watched when you were like 5 years old? It's like, oh man, I wonder why. A moose. Oh, wait. Actually, that's not too bad. I like that. Got moose. Kangaroo? Okay, kangaroo is just wild. I don't know if I'm like kangaroo, but moose, I actually I'm kind of feeling that one. Moose could be cool. Snowshoe hare. Oh, okay. Honestly, at first I thought you said snowshoe, like just as is, like a snowshoe, and that was it. And I was like, okay, I'm drawing a snowshoe. That'd be interesting. Oh, polar bear. I like that polar bear. Maybe we can combine a polar bear with the moose. I'm feeling these two right now. I'm kind of feeling moose and polar bear. I feel like that could be really cool. Yeah, they get have various forms with a Gatling cannon antlers. Okay, I think I'm really leaning into that, so maybe we'll go with that. So I guess now I should probably find some references of polar bears. Polar bear. Oh man, every time I see videos of polar bears, I get so sad. Because like the ice is like melting and then they're just like swimming for forever. And I get so sad. It's like, oh, you poor things. Let me see. Copy. Got some polar bears. Okay, and then moose. The plural of moose is moose, right, guys? Or is that like something else? Like geese and like fish, multiple fish. Okay, we got that. I want a side or maybe we'll get a front angle. Okay, reference sheet is getting quite large. Move it over so most of it is on one side. And then I want one last kind of side angle for the moose. Okay, I think that's a good amount of references. Should be good. Jackalope. Wait, what is a jackalope? That sounds cool. Jackalope. Oh, wait, is this real? No, this is a fake animal. Oh my goodness. Almost got me with that one. There was a giant bunny Digimon with Gatling gun arms. Was there actually? I remember some of the designs for Digimon was wild. They were. It feels honestly, Digimon designs remind me a lot of the character designs from like Persona. Have you guys ever played like Persona or what's that other one that's like very much like Persona but like something but it's like different? Does anybody know which one I'm talking about? I've only ever played Persona, so it kind of no, not Danganronpa. Yeah, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh, Shin Megami Tensei. Yes, that's the one I was thinking. I never played SMT. Do people refer to it as that? But yeah. Garbagemon. Does that actually? Oh, man. I remember as a kid, I had this sheet of like all the like the Digimon from like the first generation. So okay, I kind of want like a moose head but with like bear body, a polar bear's body. Does that make any sense? I think okay, I want to draw like a maybe in the middle, you know, so some people are like, "Oh, what evolution state are we going for?" I think I kind of want to go for either the third stage or the final stage, somewhere in the middle. So because I want to draw like just a cool creature, you know. So I want to draw like a also armor. I also noticed something like a lot of the Digimon stuff is very mecha based, or like maybe only some of them are very mecha based. I don't know. It's not all perfect pose. What? Was very throw the kitchen sink. Was it? When I saw that they made newer movies, I was like, whoa, wait, what? There's new movies for Digimon? I actually wanted to check it out, but then I watched, I think, I just wanted to see them get together, you know? I was like really excited to see them come together, but then it just took so long. Like they were just like, oh, we're wandering around, and then they were like, and everything, and I was just like, okay, are you guys gonna get together or something? Are you guys gonna finally like meet up? And then it just took forever, and I just gave up on watching it. So I never checked it out, but yeah. How do I also just coming up with ideas, just kind of spitballing here, seeing what I come up with. They get more metal with that is pretty funny. They get more metal with each evolution. Okay. Maybe I'll get like these metal pipes for like his collarbone or something. Like his neck is made out of metal or something. Okay, I definitely know I want this part. Like his mask. Maybe he has like this helmet on that's like metal or something. Maybe I'm gonna take a page out of like, what is it, Garurumon's final stage. Just have these like antlers on, or should they be massive? Okay, well, no one's ever drawn antlers before, antlers are annoying because they're not like, it's not linear, they curve, so you kind of have to curve alongside with it. You know, we're gonna keep the little disc that I gave it at the top. Does it make any sense? It does not, but we're going for it. Some moon imagery. Digimon incorporates folklore. That's true, yeah. I like all these tips everybody's throwing out. You know, being like, oh, they do this, they have a little bit of this. It's like, oh, okay. I like it. Cactus. Yeah, okay. One of the cactus Pokemon that I don't know if yeah, this guy. Okay, I swear, isn't he in Persona? I was playing Persona, and then I was like, some of these characters from Persona, they look like, why do they look like Digimon characters? So, does anybody know? Is this cactus guy, is he in, or, you know, are they in Persona? Final Fantasy? Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of too. Yeah. Final Fantasy does have a lot of those. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I also wanted the polar bear. So, yeah, you know what is it? Golden Compass. That's a pretty good reference point. I'm going to give it almost like a Doom, maybe a little Doom reference here. Like the chest plate with a little kind of like circular disc on the inside. Maybe this disc could be like a compass. I don't know. Can have like the letter N like etched into it or something. Digimon is pretty Catholic. What? Digimon based on the Deadly Sins. Yeah, actually, that makes sense since like, what is it? The cat character and which one was it? Like they turn into angels. Like they have these angel characters. I always, as a kid, I found it kind of bizarre because it's like, oh, look at all these creatures and animals, but then also, by the way, we have these angel characters. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, I guess. I guess that makes sense for some reason. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Just gonna have a big moose dude. Maybe like long. Maybe I'll take a page out of like the wolf guy. I forgot his name. My bad. But not a real Digimon fan. Sorry. But no, I'm just kidding. I like Digimon. Just I don't remember much. But yeah, big arms maybe. Like polar bears have these massive paws. And I feel like that makes sense to give them like this massive paws. Togemon also appears during Final. Do they actually? Wait, you know how like in Final Fantasy they have those like summons? Does Digimon also kind of, is it kind of based off of that as well? Like how Final Fantasy has those like giant like elemental mythical summons, and then like Digimon, are they also kind of referring to like similar things? So they're not the same creatures, but they're basically referencing similar resources and whatnot. Is that what's happening? Everybody just copied from the same book basically. Okay, we can't have like we can't show abs though because like the polar bear has a lot of like fur and whatnot. Should I give it like a big belt? Kind of like in someone mentioned Golden Compass. Dude, his Dark Material was a pretty good show. Not gonna lie, I really liked it. I haven't caught up with it, and I've never read the books, but I thought the show was pretty good. But yeah, we can do like a little tummy armor, tummy armor for a guy here. Maybe we can have like a little bit of like a satchel here or something. You know, it's like the winter mythology is whatever. Yeah, it's definitely bizarre, but I find it doesn't have a cactus critter is not a real series. That's true. Maybe it's just, you know, Japanese lore. People just love the cactus guy, and they're like, we're just gonna include it in all of our material. You get a cactus, and you get a cactus. Everybody gets a cactus, you know. Giga Chop. Oh my goodness, that is what I just drew. I drew Chopper's final form. Oh my goodness. Why did you mention that? Now I gotta change it. I gotta change it so it's no longer Chopper. Booster feet. Oh, boost. Yeah, you know what? I'm down for that too. What a polar bear? Oh, you know what? It should have a club. Wait, okay. So they get more high tech as they go. Should I have this guy have a club then? Like, or should it just be bare hand, like claws, and that's it? Maybe like one arm. One arm is like mechanical. Maybe we'll have one arm be like mech based. And then, or should one arm be like cyborg? Are there any that are like cyborg? I feel like there's none. Oh wait, there are. Yeah. This one over here, he's kind of like a cyborg. Like one arm feels like it's completely robotic. That's gonna be so much. That is gonna be a lot of work for me on my end though. But yeah, mech claws. Yeah, of course. Always down for the mech claws. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Claw on claw. So like his claw is protecting his real claw, you know. Digimon, my favorite season is Tamers, and I admit I am also believe that it's one of the, if not the best season. Ah. Now, why would head protection matter? Yeah, exactly. Why he has antlers on? He doesn't need head protection. No, he has head protection. That's what this is. This is like a metal plate that covers his face, and then he's got like metal cords running through his neck muscles and everything. He's a jacked up moose, you know. Oh yeah, we gotta put in like the legs and everything. Maybe okay. I kind of want the legs to be. Oh, right, we gotta give him plates. Okay, maybe one leg can be, like, shielded. Doesn't make any sense, no. But I always found, like, it was kind of cool in video games, you know, when you have, like, one character. Like, okay, if you think about, like, Kratos, right? You know how Kratos' default armor is not armor at all? Like, his whole body is exposed. But then, and that's his, like, default armor. And I don't know, there's something cool about it where like only one part of his shoulder is covered, like a part of his chest is covered, and then everything's just exposed. I kind of like that concept, so I think I might do something similar. Like one leg has all the armor on it, and then one leg has like one knee pad, and that's it. It's like he ran out of armor partway through it, and is like, oh dang, I don't have enough armor for you know. You know, I was gonna go hooves, but then I think we're gonna make it like bare legs. So if you guys, anybody who's coming in and you're like, what is this monstrosity? We're doing polar bear mixed with moose, so that's why the legs. Also, I feel like he's too tall. He shouldn't be this tall. So we're gonna shrink it down. He's got to be a stocky man, stocky creature. But we're gonna give him big feet, big feet here. And then armor on one leg, but then maybe just like a kneecap and a knee pad and like shins for the other ones. Does this make any sense at all? No, but that's kind of like the fun of it. Like, I mean, look at Digimon designs. Like, I don't think anybody, when they were designing them, really went like, does that make sense? As a kid, I always looked at this one and I was like, what is this supposed to be? Like, why does he have a horn? And then why are his ears not like a normal dog's ears? Like what is going on here? As a kid, that's what, I'm always just like, what is up with this design? Who looked at them like, yeah, that's how we're gonna do them. Is it? Oh, it's a narwhal. That never clicked with me that these are okay, because when he transforms, he turns into a wolf. It makes sense if he turned into a narwhal, but why is he then turned into a wolf afterwards? Right? That's the right one I'm thinking of, right? Or am I thinking of the wrong one that turns into the wolf? Is it not this guy? I'm pretty sure it's this guy who turns into the wolf. This is the one that turns into a narwhal, right? I'm like second guessing everything now. Yeah, I feel like they really did not care too much as long as it looked cool. It was just like, it looks cool. That's all we need. Does it look cool though? That's what they were asking themselves the whole time. It's like, but did it look cool? He uses the type of charm, different different Digivolution. Oh, is it? Honestly, you're like jotting my memory. You're jotting my memory of like how it works. Or maybe I also might be mixing up second generation and first generation. Because like in first generation, or is it third generation? You remember how third generation they had these like platform totems that they like put their Digimon on, and then the platform also changed how they like transformed or something? I don't know. Oh, also did not put this guy in a pose. Should I have him in a pose? I was just gonna draw him in like a normal regular standing pose. But maybe I should draw him in a slightly kind of action pose. But that's like more work. Yeah, the crests. They have a Turtis Digimon that evolves into a toaster that shoots flames. Honestly, I'd believe you. I'd be like, yeah, that happened, didn't it? By the way, I don't think this is like making fun of the series though. I think Digimon is really cool. They just like I feel like when you think too much into it though, you start being like, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, how? What do you mean? What do you mean that's what happens to them or something? I feel like it's just gonna go like a brawler style. Okay, gonna just give it the belt. It's like a wrestler's belt. Honestly, I would not be surprised if like there were interviews with the designers of Digimon. There's like, oh, we just thought this would be cool, and we just added it, and people seem to like it, and yeah, we just went for it. Like if they told me, it's like, yeah, we were watching episode of WWE and we saw the Undertaker, and we thought the Undertaker's costume was really cool, and so we added it to one of our Pokemon's design. I'd be like, yeah, that checks out. That kind of makes sense. I can see them doing that. Your internet? Oh no. Well, don't worry. If your internet's not doing great right now, this will be on VOD later, so you can check it out afterwards. Even if you can't make it. Okay, just a simple slight action pose. Nothing too crazy here. Okay. And yeah, I feel like this is a good place to build off of. It's not too bad. Nice big polar bear claws. Something like this, maybe? I don't know. Trying to get some pose. Feeling it out, feeling out the pose. Something like this, maybe? I think it's pretty good. It's anyone as long as you don't... Wait, what? Just the rule of cool and random stuff happening with its eye. That, honestly, you know, that's a good place to just go with. It's like, if you're stuck and you just don't know what to do with the designs, just be like, but was it cool? And you're like, yeah, I guess it was. And like, okay, that's all we need. That's all we need. It was cool and that's it. Okay, I will say, how are the antlers looking? Anyone notice Pinocchiomon is really similar to that one character from Mario? What? Okay, are the antlers big enough? Do we want the antlers to be bigger? It's like, no, we want them larger. The antlers must be larger. Okay, wait, what did Broken Wings, didn't you say you wanted the antlers to be like the Gatling guns? Oh my goodness. I don't know how I would make them be. I guess they're like they can be rotated. They're on like some pivot here, and then they could turn into. But then that would mean I have to figure out how how are they turning and sitting on his head so that they become Gatling guns? You know, that I have to now figure out the mechanics of it. And I don't think I have the time or the brain power to figure out the mechanics for the brain for the antlers to be Gatling guns. Unfortunately. Okay, what did someone say? Someone said give him a moose nose. Oh yeah, we're gonna give him a moose nose. I think, like, yeah, you know, this is just a simple version, so we can't really do too much with the moose nose. What just happened? Okay, that was weird. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. We're gonna use this basically to design our moose Digimon. And let's see, we have, oh, yo, we have so much time. We got an hour and a half left. Oh my goodness. Yo, Kevin, if I knock this one out, I'm gonna be 2 for 2. So last night we had our XP Pen workshop, and I finished that one, and I think it turned out pretty great. And if I'm able to finish this one on time too, yo, that's never happened before. Finish 2 pieces on time? Never happens. Okay, I think we're still, although I am speaking a little bit too early, I think I'm still gonna have to figure out, like, how this would work, technically. We're gonna have to do it all Digimon Stream from now on. No. Okay. Obviously, we want to cool eyes. Okay, like this front part is the armor. Okay, so if you guys are like, oh, what is this? What is this that he's drawing? It's armor in front of the face. That's happening here. Okay, that was pretty good, I think. Okay, and then we got our moose. Have him wear a moose knuckle. I did see someone say, give him a moose knuckle. uh... Okay, I realize also, like, where is this circle disc behind his head? Like, where is that sitting? I've no idea. We're just kind of figuring this out as we go, you know. Okay, I also know that's not how moose antlers come out, but you know, we're gonna make it feel, because we're not animating this. We're gonna go a little bougie with the drawing of it. Put in some extra details, or maybe not. I don't know. We're kind of feeling this, you know. Gotta feel it out, see where it's going. We're gonna have it go up because I want it to go, you know, have a little bit of a wave feel to it. So maybe something like this. You guys never gets enough attention. Glad there's many fans here. Yeah, I'm surprised a lot of people know about Digimon since it's such an old series. So I'm surprised that there's a good amount of people here who know what Digimon is. Oh, I realized. Does he have? I don't think I gave him ears. He's gotta have the ears. Okay, I guess I gotta give him like a little. Maybe I should make his eyes a bit bigger. He looks kind of scary. Okay, we're gonna figure out the eyes later because I realized like maybe he shouldn't look too scary looking. Like the higher level they go though, the more scarier their eyes look, I feel like. Excuse me. Okay, we're giving him that, you know, mech kind of I don't know, the tubes for the neck, you know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. I am also basically kind of going with the flow. So I see how it's looking, how I drew it in the underdrawing, but then I'm like, okay, but now that I have to clean it up, I have to kind of make sure it technically works, I guess. So yeah. I honestly don't understand how they animated this. Do you know what's funny? I'm kind of realizing, like, maybe the reason why maybe they never evolved too much into their full form is because it's just too hard to animate. So it's like, yo, this design is sick, guys, but how are we gonna animate this? It's like, oh, shoot, we never thought of that. It's definitely more popular in Japan. That makes sense, yeah. Didn't have the same marketing as Digimon. Yeah, I also feel like Digimon had, like, you know, the whole playing cards, so that was kind of, that worked in their favor, I'd say. You know, having like playing cards kind of helps. I would think. Oh man, why did I do this to myself? All these like components, all these parts. Ah. Okay. Even though I just like was like, yeah, oh my goodness, I'm gonna finish early. Now that I'm realizing how detailed this thing is, I take that back. Probably gonna finish around the same time as usual. It's still popular in Indonesia? Whoa, that's interesting. don't think is as interesting as Pokemon. Really? I don't know. I feel like Digimon is pretty interesting. I in terms of lore, I feel like it's pretty neat. But to be fair, I don't really know too much about Pokemon lore either. So who am I to say which one's better? But as a kid, my impression was always that Digimon was more fascinating than Pokemon. Just because there was drama, you know, there were stakes. There was an overarching plot. And kid me just always felt that that was more interesting than what Pokemon had, which was just, oh, we gotta go to the gym and fight this dude and whatnot. And I guess me as a kid was just like, that's okay, I guess. I didn't think too much about it. Like I didn't think it was that interesting, but maybe that's just me. Okay. And then we got, you know what? We'll imply the abs with a little bit of like fur. Or we got a jacked up moose moose dude here. Good thing I did like a few anatomical studies during the day today. So some of this feels somewhat believable to a certain extent, I feel like. The pain of having detailed characters and animating it, yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna catch up on chat real quick. We animate 3 seconds of it max. Yeah, exactly. I can't remember for like the final evolution. Were they CG? Because I can't imagine them actually animating all this armor. It would have been a pain in the butt. Are they still making cards? Are you talking about like Digimon cards? That's pretty cool. Yeah. Josh does studies? Yeah, man. Yeah, of course I do studies. Who do you think I am? Of course I do studies. Gotta do studies. Gotta keep my skills honed, you know? It's like a I don't know what kind of belt this is. Okay, while I was drawing this, that's why I brought up the whole like wrestling reference because I was like, this kind of reminds me of some like wrestling belt. He just has a wrestling belt on for some reason. And okay, yeah, and then he's got these like, you know, wires attached to like into his body, you know. I'm looking at like was it Metal Garurumon or something? And I'm just like, man, that looks kind of crazy. He's got these giant just clamps and tubes going inside of his body. It's wild. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna take a page out of that, out of Garurumon. Is it Garurumon? Hopefully, it's the right one. But I'm gonna take a page out of it and be like, oh yeah, this is where everything kind of comes out from. Dang, they were always 2D. Oh man, that's mad respects for that. That's crazy. Ugh. He won it for being the baddest moose. Baddest moose in the hoose. Yeah, exactly. We gotta add. Yeah, we're gonna take a lot of little cues from just the design of like these two. I'm pretty much just relying a lot on these two, and I just realized like this is very mech based. I feel like Iggy would have loved this. Oh, you know, we should have done like a Digimon draw off between me and Iggy, you know, since he does a lot of mech. I don't really do that much mech, and just see like how we both approach doing it. I feel like Iggy is it's much smoother, so I don't know if he would make it as rugged looking as the way I'm doing it right now. Very rugged designs for the moose. His would be very soft. I feel like in terms of like the shape design, the shape language. Why do I do this to myself? Ugh, man. Okay, he's got he's got the little sash, you know. There's always time. Iggy versus Josh. Yeah, like a little. What are you doing after stream? What am I doing after stream? Oh, did you get Assassin's Creed Shadows, Kevin? Have you started playing it yet? Yo, you gotta give us your review of it so far. First impressions. How is it? Is it just same old, you know? Same old Assassin's Creed. Okay, maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe these antler parts can be mech based. So maybe these could be. I don't know. Could be more claw like. I don't know. I'm kind of spitballing here, and they're kind of like on these mechanized machinery, maybe. Okay, and then this way, I don't have to make them even. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I can just be like, oh yeah, it's mechanized. That's why. They did use a lot of stock footage for attacks. That makes sense. I feel like, yeah, with early animation, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of it is just repeated, and then they just go like, oh, we'll just repeat the transformation sequences and then have it make it feel like it's new or something. There we go. I feel like it's looking pretty good so far. Draws mechs tomorrow on stream. Oh yeah, he's doing like a Gundam stream tomorrow, I think. The other main character, Mega's mech based, but they always look cool. Or my favorites. Yeah, I'm kind of like a sucker for this one. Okay, my favorite one, I don't remember the name of it, but it was the red one from season 3, I believe. I think that's what it was. The red dragon dinosaur looking one, but from season 3. I always thought like the whole putting them on these like platforms and then they transform into these like armored beasts was like so cool. I love that season. That season is the one that like caught my interest the most because I was like, whoa, wait, there's like all this drama going on and all this like hidden lore and everything. I thought that was really cool, but again, never could really watch it. But yeah, I think does Sharp well too. Yeah, that's true. Iggy does do Sharp, but I feel like his focus is more like soft. You know, everything's very glowy, very pastel-y, very soft feeling. That's Tamer Love's. Okay, wait, how do you say, is it Guillemon? Guillemon. Like the CEO of Ubisoft? It's a full night and it's amazing. Okay, is that what it's called? Tamers? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I loved how they turned into these like knights, right? Oh, like I thought it was sick. I thought it was cool. Okay, oh yeah, I said one arm would be a mech arm. So that's what this arm is going to be. This arm is the mech arm. Still gonna follow anatomy, but it's gonna look like mech. You know what? We'll have a tube. Gotta have tubes. That's how you make things feel cyberpunky. Have a bunch of tubes come out and attach themselves to like the limbs and everything. They're very mechy now. So mech. It is so mecha. I always want to draw mech, but then I'm just like, it's so much work. And I'm a line guy too. So I don't want to outline all this detail. So usually I don't do mechs. Gimon. Wait, that's the English pronunciation. Gilmon. Is it Gilmon? Oh, maybe it could be Gilmon. I'm just thinking like Guillemon. Guillemon from Ubisoft, you know. Okay. Here we are. More arm mech. I just realized this kind of looks like how I drew my boxing girl. I have this like boxing character that I draw for class in camp sometimes, and I'm realizing like the glove looks like how I draw that glove. I feel like right now I'm drawing a lot of inspiration from there's an artist on Instagram called Barry Cook, I think is his name. He does a lot of this almost like freehand style mech drawing stuff style. And I feel like it kind of reminds me a little bit of like this. It's not it's not like the C. So it's Gilmon, right? Like, or is it Gi? Gimon. Battle spirits. Okay, we're gonna have this. Obviously, not gonna do like a moose knuckle, but maybe something kind of a little hint to it. Maybe I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna take a page out of how they did it over here. Just like slots with like the claws. This is pretty cool. Learning a lot on how to draw animal creatures like not Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. How to draw mechs like Dragon Ball Z, like Digimon. How to draw mechs like Digimon. I think it would be yeah. I think it would be a really cool idea if we did like basically just get me to draw stuff from my childhood that I never got to watch. So just have me draw things from like Digimon, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and everything. Whoa, okay. We got 67% of people were longtime fans of Digimon. I am actually kind of surprised by that. Because I would not have expected that a lot of people here knew what Digimon would have been. So I'm actually kind of surprised that a good chunk of you guys know what Digimon is. Genuinely kind of surprised by that. Okay, looking pretty good. I think they're definitely different for Digimon. Oh, now I kind of want to watch Digimon. I want to check it out. I should watch Tamers. They're just quiet about it. The Digimon fandom is very chill, I guess. It seems like. Yo, I'm drawing the arm just like how they drew it here, very anatomy based. Okay. How to go about the hand here. It's like fur, right? So this one is the more natural one. So I'm thinking of this one is just gonna be all like more fur based. And oh, okay. I am not too sure. Let's see. How did they do the wolf guy? Like the claws. Curse you. They put it inside of the fur. I can't see how they did it. Okay, it seems like they just made them like a normal hands. Okay, okay, also wait. I don't know what polar bear paws look like. Polar bear paws. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was just about to just draw like a dog's paw, and then I'm like, it's probably not like a dog's paw. Oh, okay, it's bigger on the outside. Do they have... Okay, I'm just gonna give it a paw, like a mini paw. And we'll put maybe, I don't know, another paw. Or another claw, not paw. Claw here? I don't know. Something like that. Well, we'll go with this for now. This is still technically like a rough, like the rough drawing of it. Should I put a like a strap, like a leather strap, like how this guy has one? Maybe we'll put like a wristband on it. Wrist strap. It wraps around his arm or something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Okay. Not too bad. How dare you take shortcuts on over-designed character? Yeah, I do not understand how they... This is like a kids TV show. Like I am honestly impressed that they made their designs this detailed for something like this. It's kind of it's crazy. I think it's pretty wild. I just also realized, is he wearing jeans? This guy is wearing jeans. He's wearing ripped jeans. He's so he's so edgy. Why why is he wearing... Also, wait, does that mean this wrap around his arm, is that also like a pair of jeans? He just has denim on his arm. He has denim on his... He's wearing jeans, and then he has also denim wrapped arms with spiked knuckles and leather belt wraps. I love it. That's awesome. Because I was gonna follow kind of with that. I was like, oh yeah, I'll give my moose guy maybe like what is this? Why are there folds there? And it's like I always thought that was just the color of that was the color of his skin, because he's blue up here and he's also blue here. So I'm like, oh, okay, and then yeah, that's why he's blue down here. And then it never crossed my mind that he's just wearing jeans or something. It's it's like, okay. That's neat. That's interesting. Also, like now I'm wondering why did they made the certain decisions that they did for certain characters? Like it clearly looks like the wolf guy has a bit more of like a rock punk kind of aesthetic to him. And then but like Garurumon has a bit more of like a just straight up mech like style to it. Like that they just, they're just like, yeah, that it's whatever works, whatever, we'll just go with it and that's it. Or did they like have some kind of opinion on why they did it the way that they did it? Like clearly the eagle guy is just like based off of Native American like design aesthetics, but then all of a sudden why is the dinosaur guy is just straight mech, and then this guy has like jeans on and is like very punk. He even has like earrings. Like what was the design decisions? It's so funny. It's no, but it's awesome though. It's such a personality trait of Digimon that I've never honestly looked into until now, because I have to draw it. And because now that I have to draw it, I'm looking at it and it's like, wait, why is it like this? What happened here? What were the decisions that caused it to be in this way? It's so interesting. Where Garurumon is the edgy lone. That's true. I guess that matches the vibe. The edgy lone wolf. Yeah. The wolf guy's partner has a band, like a music band. Yeah. Did you? Yeah. It's like, what do you guys want? It's like, yes. It's like, no. Like, pick a design. What do you want? It's like, yes. Do you want it to have metal bands or something? Yes. That does feel like that's how the Digimon designers went about it. They're just like, yes, we want everything. It doesn't matter. Give us everything. You know, I'm not gonna give it claws because he's a moose. I do kind of want to bring back that moose element to it. So we're gonna have him wear like boots almost. He has steel toe boots, mechanized steel toe boots. A little nod back to you know, the moose element. He has a human partner that starts a band. What? Dang, the Digimon lore really goes hard, huh? There's just honestly, it's the gift that just keeps giving. That's the Digimon lore. Just never ends. Your Digimon reminds me of Andromon? Oh, who is that? Did I make it too close to another one? Andromon. Let me see. Is this a real Digimon? This just looks like RoboCop. Is this real? This is just straight up RoboCop. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Continuity be damned. Yeah, exactly. It's like, we don't need that. More loner and struggles socially. Oh, okay. I see. He's very real. Yo, I looked up photos and his drawing looks so scrappy. So I'm like, is this real? Is this a real character? But you cannot tell me that that's just straight up RoboCop. It reminds me of a Wendigo a bit. Oh, like my guy? I can see that. And I don't mind that. Oh, right. This leg is the one that actually gets armor. Okay. So how am I going to do this? Okay, actually, I feel like this leg should be the one that gets armor then. Because this one is the full mech arm. So we got to go across. It's like, it's got to go like this. It's got to go across. And we also got to give the knee space so that the knee can bend and everything, you know? Let me see. How do I want the armor to be? Something like this, maybe. Pretty cool. I think this is not... you know, it works. It works. And, you know, it's going along with the spirit of Digimon. It's just like, does it work? And it's like, yeah. It's like, okay, that's all we need. We just need it to work. That's it. There's a mechanized leg. Does the leg make any sense? It's like we'll fix it in post kind of vibe, you know. when Digimon Digimon, that's pretty funny. Older quality shows. That's true. Other than Leomon at Champion Ultimate Low, typically more completely random. Are they? Yeah, you guys want to come up with a name for this guy? I don't know exactly what to go for this one. Oh, but he does need the kneecap. So it seems like Wendigomon is a no, and maybe it is a weird name. Wendigomon is a little bit of a weird name. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations for names, I am all ears. Okay, but he is gonna wear the boot on the other one. Oh man, my brain is working overtime. Oh yeah, also totally forgot to answer this, but yeah, Kevin, you asked what am I doing after. I'm having a get together with my OCAD friends, so yeah, after this, gonna go out for... Actually, no, we're not going out for dinner. We just ordered sushi. And I think we're just chilling at a friend's place. Probably just gonna talk, play board games, and whatnot. But I think that's basically the plan. We're just gonna chill and play games. And reminisce about the good old days at OCAD. Not really. Probably not. Okay, what time is it? Yo, okay, I don't want to jinx it, but hey, I think I did pretty good. I think this is pretty good. The leg might be a little wonky, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. we're we're just gonna leave it as is. Maybe the knee should be rotated more this way, but it's okay. It's alright. Okay, so this is our Digimon guy. I think this is pretty good. It's like, very detailed. Super, super detailed. A lot going on. Yeah, and so now I'm just gonna clean up the line work as usual. And if we have enough time, which we probably won't, just because this guy is so complicated, yeah, and then I'll color it. We'll just put maybe a color backdrop, and that's it. Yeah, he's ice, right? Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that. I just thought, totally forgot about the ice part. Okay, what ice element should I have? Should he have Mr. Freeze, like just like this giant? I feel like maybe some ice capsules. Okay, we're just gonna quickly put in like these cryo capsules on the side, right over here, and call it a day and be like, yeah, he's ice type. Like, yeah, and that's it. And then you know what? We'll have him like breathe out smoke. So like it's like condensation, like it's air. He breathes out. It's like, oh wow, it's so cold. Yeah, yeah. What board games you got then? I don't know. It's my friend's place. She has a lot of board games, so she's providing them. I don't know what board games she would have, but yeah. They don't need to look icy. I guess that's true. Don't have to, but Hail Grimon. That definitely rolls off the tongue. Okay, I like Cryomon. Cryomoosmon. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Cryomoose. Crimea River. Cryomoosmon. Crimea Rivermon. Hail Grimon is great. Okay, you know what? Hail Grimon. Okay, where did that come from? Kevin, can you explain the origins of this decision? Glaciamusma. He's losing the plot. Okay, wait, actually, okay, to try to better capture the style, let's see. It's pretty linear. That makes sense though, because it's for animation. Okay, so not too much line variation. We're gonna keep it pretty uniform in the line work so that it matches a little bit closer to the style of the show, which is totally fine. It means I can't go for my usual kind of like messy style approach. The line work will have to be a little bit more uniform than usual. Also, we didn't end up solving the eyes. How do I? Because the eyes they're too. I don't even know how to explain it. They're too angry looking. So, how do I make him look not as angry? This just makes him look. I don't know. Now that I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We go with this. I don't know. We will figure out the eyes. Maybe later. Maybe that's too big. He's supposed to be menacing, so I don't want it to look too cutesy. But then when I make it cutesier looking, he looks too cute, you know. Digimon got big names. I guess that's true. Polar bear moose. That's a little bit too on the nose. I will veto that. I think, what was it, the Hailgramon? Hailgramon's pretty good, but I'm just like, okay, the hail part, obviously I get that. What is the grim? Grim is because he just looks grim? Is that what it is? He looks grim, so it's Grimmon. Also, I feel like, this, if we made it more grittier, this could look like something out of Doom. Doom guy fighting this giant, like, mecha moose warrior or something. Or in the skull, that can be a helmet. Yeah, we could do that. I like that. Thank you for the suggestion. It can be like part of it. Or look like it's a bit more part of it. Yeah. Give it that, what is it? What's that Pokemon's name? I know this is not Pokemon, but like, what was that cute, that bone Pokemon? Now it just looks like I mixed, like, what is it? Those like ram skulls? Skullbone? Is it Skullbone? Like the Pokemon? Yeah, it gives me a bit of that vibe. A little bit. The ears. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have these neck tubes come out here. There you go, look at that. Cubone. Is it Cubone? I don't know. Yo, you guys could honestly give me a bunch of names and I'd be like, yeah, oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Is that what the Pokeball's called? Okay, sure. I believe you. You could be messing with me and I would have no idea because I just know nothing about Pokemon except for the first generation. I'll know some things about the first generations. But after that, other than that, I'm gonna be like, yeah, sure. I believe you. That's what it is. I just go along with it. Well, Kevin, you mentioned Assassin's Creed. Did get me think about games. So, it is coming. Summer is coming along, and I feel like every summer that is when I put in a few more hours into Death Stranding. I literally every time I'm like, yeah, oh yo, I love this game. This game is amazing. And then by the time summer comes to an end, I'm like, we're gonna put this down for a bit. I need a little bit of a break from Death Stranding, and then I never touch it until summer again. And then summer comes along, and then it's time to start playing Death Stranding again. And then every time I play it, I'm like, oh, this is so good. The vibes, the atmosphere in this game is so tense, but it's also so peaceful at the same time. And then end of summer will come along, and it'll be like, all right, okay, time to put down the game. It's over now. I feel like it's a little bit too big. What is it? At least you can draw. Is that in reference to like me not knowing anything about Pokemon? It's like, well, at least he could draw. Sure, I'll take that. But like, yeah, he doesn't know anything about Pokemon, but okay. You know what's crazy and what completely surprised me is that my friends started getting into the Pokemon card games, which I would have never expected my friend to get into. Like he had no interest in Pokemon at all, and then all of a sudden he was into Pokemon. And I was like, "Yo, what happened?" And it was like a complete shock too. He's just like, because I would be like, we don't usually see each other too often, and then I'll be like, oh, what about this day? Are you free this day? And he's like, oh, I can't. That's when I play Pokemon. And I was like, what? That's when you what? You play Pokemon? When did you start playing Pokemon? Is Beelzemon? What is Beelzemon? Maybe we'll put a circle on this side. By the way, so if anybody's just joining, or like, why is there like a compass or something? And it's because somebody was like, oh, you should have a compass in reference to like, I guess the moose, was it? Reference to the moose. So that's why there's a compass just on his chest plate. Why it we don't we don't know. Why is anything on Digimon designs the way that they are? Lope. Luke Lickitung. Okay, I know that one. Minial Crab, what Crabominable, which is not real. Okay, I know Lickitung. I'm gonna say Minal because Crabominable sounds so ridiculous that I feel like it would be real. And so I feel like the fake Pokemon is Minal. I don't know. Beelzebub. Okay, that one makes sense. Yeah. The store of his hail skills. This is how you Digimon. Wait, what? Maybe guys' lost souls in the frozen. Oh, is it real? Oh my goodness. Okay, honestly, I was like, yo, Crabominable sounds a little bit too ridiculous. So ridiculous to the point where I'm like, I can kind of see them going for that, like actually using that as a real name. Which is funny. I think that's kind of funny that because of how ridiculous it is, that's why I thought it was real. Uh, how much time? Oh, we got like 40 minutes left. Oh my goodness. We got time. Hmm. Is real though. Real note? Yeah. No, it is real, but it just sounds so fake that I was like, that has to be real. So that was my logic for it, is that it sounds so ridiculous that it has to be a real Pokemon. So that's why I chose Minial or whatever as like the fake Pokemon, because that sounds that's too easy, you know. The Pokemon creators are like, no, we gotta go for more ridiculous. Minial is not ridiculous enough. We need more ridiculousness. So I guess from this point on, it's really just gonna be pretty chill, because I'm just gonna be tracing the drawing and just kind of going at it. So, you know, while I'm drawing, feel free to ask any questions if you guys have any questions. They don't have to be art related, but art related questions are also appreciated. So yeah, if you can kind of, I guess, if anybody has any questions, you can ask. And yes, if you hear barking, that is my dog. He he's barking at the moment. Yeah. This won't age well when they do use it as a real name. Wait, what? The Minion? No, no, they lost. Okay, wait. If Minion's not real, where'd you get that name from? Now I'm curious. Did you just make that up on the spot, or is that like based off of anything? Because honestly, that's not a bad name for Pokemon. It's just I was like, oh, it feels like it is. That would be something that they would actually name a Pokemon, and so I didn't go. I was like, I didn't go for it. Oh, it's just random name generator. I feel like you could have like it sounds like a name that does feel made up. So I think that's why I was like, oh yeah, yeah. Man, this belt is absolutely ginormous. Why did I do this to myself? See, this is why I was like, I can't believe the animators designed the Digimon the way that they did. Because I'm like, this is so much. Can you imagine like every time they do it, they have to draw all of this. And even just for like a little bit, like even if the mech had like just a little bit of mech, it would still be absolutely ridiculous to draw all of this. It's is crazy. Every frame, I know, right? What is your favorite meal you like to cook? Oh, um, okay. Well, to be honest, I don't really cook that often. So, but when I do cook, I choose blah blah blah. Um, the only meal I've ever made is shepherd's pie, and I thought it turned out pretty good. Like shepherd's pie is pretty easy to make, so that's kind of why I went for shepherd's pie. Yeah, that's all I can make. You love shepherd's pie? Yeah, yo, shepherd's pie is great. It's so good, especially if you make the mashed potatoes really like well done, like not well done as in like meat well done, but like you do a good job of making the my goodness, I can't draw and talk at the same time. If you make the mashed potatoes really good, oh, it's so good. It is so good. Okay, I guess question though, Kevin, are you what type of mashed potato person are you though? Do you prefer like the really smooth, buttery, creamy kind, or are you more of like the you like it chunky? You know, you like the chunky mashed potatoes where you have bits and skin still left in it. So like because the one that I made, this makes it sound like I'm gonna about to make Kevin um like shepherd's pie or something. But the the one that I made, I followed a recipe where I basically made it like it was like the smooth kind. And I thought it turned out pretty good. I think is like next time I would use less butter for sure, but I think it turned out pretty good. Double fried. Oh, interesting. I don't think I've ever had double fried. Wait, double fried mashed potatoes? Is that a thing? I've never heard of that. So like they fry the mashed potato or like what? Friedness. What? So do you fry like it's already mashed, but then you fry it as well? Like is that what it is? You cook them like mash, but then you fry it in a frying pan. Oh, does that work? Like, isn't it? I would assume that it's too like wet or mushy to fry. So I'm surprised that it works. That you can like fry it. So good. Okay, I gotta try that then. That sound. I'm curious how that works. Burgers. Okay, but burgers is something I like to eat. But I've never. Okay, well, I have made burgers. Like when you go camping outdoors and you gotta save money on the food, you bring burger patties with you to like the cottage or whatever. But I wouldn't say like I like making burgers. Like I don't know. I guess that's like two different things. Liking how to make burgers versus eating burgers. I love eating burgers. Love burgers. But do I like making burgers? I don't know. But I also have not made that many dishes. So I don't think I really can say exactly what works and what doesn't. Okay, I know the claws don't look great. Like they could be better, but I like they're fine. But due to time, we're just gonna leave them the way that they are. So, yeah. So if you're like, ah, Josh, the claws, they're kind of lacking a little bit. Yeah, I know, but you know, we work with what we have, so we don't really have too much time, and I want to move on to the other stuff. So we'll have claws that don't really work too much. Some of the craziest designs for Digimon are Antibody Digimon, Dynasmon. Those are some crazy names also. It looks so painful to animate. Yeah, I would not. I feel like no one would want to animate this ever. This would work well if it was like CG, I guess. But okay, Wingsme asked, what is my favorite way of making coffee? I feel like it depends on like the mood, maybe. Typically not too sweet. I do still want a little bit of sweetness to it, but not too sweet. And yeah, I don't usually go for the double double, which is like 2 sugars, 1 cream, because I find that it's not always consistent. Some places just like Tim Hortons, for some reason, I don't know what it is, man. They don't have it consistent. One time I asked for a double double and it was like so sweet, and then the other time I asked for it and it was like the perfect amount. So I usually just go for regular, like 1 cream, 1 sugar as my go-to. But yeah, it's kind of my coffee go-to. They can't get it together. Yeah. Okay, also, Kevin, do you know when you ask for a like double double, is it based off of the size? Because I always assumed it's supposed to be just 1 sugar, 1 like 2 sugar, 2 cream. And it's like, do they increase the amount of sugar and cream they put in based off the size cup that you get? Or it should be standard, right? Yeah, it shouldn't be based on size. That's what I thought. Because one time I ordered it and it was just like, why are you so sweet? I ordered like a large and I went double double and it was like so sweet. And I was like, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem like this is how it's supposed to be. Oh, hey, Jalen. Oh, In-N-Out. No, I've been to In-N-Out. Okay, controversial take. I think In-N-Out is overrated. It's not bad, and I think for the price it's not bad. I just overall though, like as a burger, I think it's okay. Like I don't know. It's fine. So yeah, that's my hot take on In-N-Out. I've yet to visit a Tim Hortons. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, Broken Wings, if you ever come here, Yeah, you can try Tim Hortons Canadian staple, but you know, it a lot of people just say it's like our Dunkin' Donuts essentially. You're not missing out on much, but yeah, you can go ahead and try it, but don't expect too much too much from it. Yeah. Cappuccino with some sugar on top for crunch. Oh, that's interesting. I've never thought of doing that, but that sounds like a good idea. You know what? Their ice cap is pretty good. You know what's funny is like my sister went to New York and they went to a coffee shop and then they saw ice cap ice cappuccino on the menu in the coffee shop and they're like, "Oh my goodness, they have ice cap." And then her friend that was from like New York kind of looked at them like, "Yeah, so what about ice cappuccinos?" And then when they got it, it was just like a regular cappuccino that was iced. I guess that doesn't really make sense if nobody here is from Canada, or if you're not from Canada and you're like, yeah, I also don't get it. What were they expecting? And that's because in Tim Hortons we have a drink called ice cappuccino or ice cap, but it's not really an ice cappuccino. It's more of like a sweet dessert drink, I guess, is maybe one way to think about it. But yeah, so it was kind of funny because it was not the drink they were expecting. But yeah, it's secure. Oh, yes, it's not worth coming. Okay, but obviously, I think if you're coming to Canada, I'm pretty sure you're not coming here just to try out Tim Hortons. If you are, I feel bad for you. Unless you're able to cross the border, like, and not have to pay for a flight, then sure, I guess you can maybe do that. But even then, I'd be like, don't do it. Don't come here for the cappuccino. Just it's okay. You don't need to come here for that. Now, I know logistically, does any of these parts make sense? They probably don't, but we're going with it. We're just kind of going along so that it looks cool, but does it make any sense? Probably not, but that's okay. Because in Digimon, it doesn't have to make sense as long as it's cool. And I think right now it looks pretty cool. Please answer. What was the question? I didn't even see what the question was. What do you do other than YouTube, bro? Well, well, bro. Let me tell you what, bro. Um, sorry. I usually draw. You mean like as a job? What else do I do, or just like in general? What do I do? I mean, I guess for like if this is your first time here, my first what I do usually is like on my free time is play volleyball, and play video games as usual. Instructuring. What career person can tell what a career person can choose if you draw art? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. You know, you can do this. There's a lot of art streamers out there. Instructor is one of them too. If you want to teach, if you like teaching, that can be one thing. Commissioning, I guess, is kind of like the main thing that everybody usually goes for. But I feel like commissioning really only works if you have a particular art style that people want and people particularly like. So like Jessie, I feel like has a very particular style, and that's why she's pretty well versed in like commissions. Like Sam does art is also someone who has a very particular style that everybody likes. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does commissions, but I feel like probably not because he's just so popular and he's so busy. So I think he sells prints. So you can also do the print approach as well. If you don't want to deal with people and you only want to do what you want and not have to worry about it, then you can go into the print route is one route. Obviously, like comic books, doing Video game concept art, illustration is one. You can work for like design companies if you don't want to come up with your own things and you want to work for people instead. That's one thing. Yeah, there's a lot of different kind of venues and directions that you can help or not help, but go into, depending on kind of like your personal interests. But yeah, I would say that's a good place to kind of like start is kind of just go like ask yourself like what is it that you want to do or like what do you like to do, and then start from there at least if you're not too sure, don't know where to go from. But yeah. Oh man, my fingers are getting sore. I've been drawing like the whole day. Did some figure studies in the morning and then had camp and then now I'm drawing and now streaming, so my fingers are kind of sore. Two shots of espresso foam milk, but I understand you're talk about because I have Tim Hortons in my town. Yeah, Tim Hortons is a bit of a mess. Yeah, they're not they're okay. Honestly though, but here's the funny part is like one time I did order I think an iced coffee downtown. I was downtown and I ordered an iced coffee and it wasn't bad. I thought it was pretty good. They did a pretty good job with the iced coffee. And then other times, sometimes when I'm going out, like on an outing, like a road trip, mini road trip or something, also again, not that bad of a drink, but yeah, they're kind of inconsistent. I guess it just depends on the experience of the people working there, and who made your coffee. I guess plays a big role, and I guess because maybe there's no standard for making coffee, maybe that might be a reason why. Um, but I don't know. I feel like shouldn't it be standardized? You know, everybody kind of knows how to make, or at least you would think people would know how to make, um, like coffee, like at least standardize the coffee making process. You would think, but I guess apparently not. But who knows? Who knows what's happening? Okay. Oh my goodness, we got so much more to go. Okay, I'm gonna try to focus in. So if I miss your questions or I miss something you said, you'll have to forgive me. Kinda just finish outlining this as best as I can. But I'll still try to keep an eye on chat. So still keep your questions or your comments, I guess, coming in. And I'll try to catch as much as I can. But no guarantees. Yeah. Draw a pet. Step 2, add guns. That does sound very Digimon style. Yeah, no problem. Giga Chatadors. I like the name. Very, very interesting name. Artist med. Oh yeah, medical stuff. That's a pretty good common one as well. Although I don't know, that one might be seeing some changes down the line just due to like AI and everything. But yeah, that one used to be that was a good one. That one you could be pretty like stable in, especially if you're really really technical and you got a really good drawing chops and understanding of anatomy, then that's a pretty stable, pretty good one to go for. If you ever wanted to get into art and you wanted a so-called quote-unquote stable aspect of drawing, medical art is pretty good. But yeah, now with AI, I don't know, it might that now might change a little bit. But yeah. That he's gonna be, yeah. Well, okay, I don't know if the board games will require like my hands, but we'll see. Hopefully not. My hands are getting real tired. So like a lot of people, I would say I have pretty good drawing form, but so like my wrists are pretty good. I have not thank goodness. No wrist problems yet, but my pinky does get, like, my pinky knuckle does get kind of like tired, sore after a while. And it's also because I've just been drawing nonstop since like the morning, and also like today, and everything, just nonstop drawing the whole time. So yeah. It's like a belt. Hey. Oh, my goodness. But work, no problems. Yeah. It was pretty chill today. Yeah, pretty much just kind of, it was like a bit of a Q&A today at camp. Student asked me just some drawing tips on how to improve stuff and whatnot. So yeah. Oh man. Medical illustrator. Maybe she could be a good medical illustrator. You like really have, like, like it's like different though, because medical illustrators are very, very technical, where like you can't stylize it because it's meant to be also for like textbooks and for the doctors as well. So I don't know. I know Jesse has like a great anatomy knowledge, but is it enough for medical illustration? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I definitely would not be great for it. I'd be winging it. Like, I can make it look like I know what I'm doing for illustration purposes, but for medical, if doctors had to rely on my drawings, it'd be like everything would be going wrong. Like, what? I thought it'd be over here. And it's like, what? That's what the textbook said. It's like, whoops. Whoops. My bad. Phase figure intensive course. Oh, yeah. You're doing that too, yeah. That's where AI will have the most difficult competition. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's true. Because it's so realistic, you can't have liability. So, maybe medical is safe from it. Maybe. I don't know. It's honestly kind of hard to say, especially depending on the advancement in AI and how it's looking. But that's a good point. There's a liability element of it as well for AI, and maybe it's not at that point yet where it can draw reliable. If it can't draw hands, then yeah, maybe it's not time for it to draw medical stuff just yet. Can you explain the field of animation? Man, that's a big, that's kind of that's a very broad question. Um, well, what about animation? Oh yeah, there's animation too. I totally forgot about that. When you ask like, oh, what are some jobs? Like, yeah, animation is one of them too. Yeah. But yeah, that's a pretty broad question. Um, but yeah, animation is definitely one of the careers that you can have. Can you tell that I'm starting to like lose it a little bit? Like like I'm getting kind of like tired drawing this. Not bored of it, but just like, oh man, my hands getting tired. I'm slowly losing it. I'm losing it. Oh my goodness. Learn to animate. Yeah, that's all it is. Just learn to animate. Can you explain the animation field? Learn to animate. Yeah. I would say, I guess if anyone's ever interested in animation, the first thing you can kind of start with is, yeah, ask yourself like what part of animation do you want to be a part of? There's the production design part, which is like concept art, the environmental art, that kind of stuff before the actual film gets made. And then there's like the actual animation part. Then there's also like lighting, there's rigging, there's modeling, there's honestly a lot of stuff that you can get into when it comes to animation that's not just animation. So I would say if you are ever interested in it, take a look at what types of jobs there are when it comes to animation and see what kind of matches what you want. That would be probably like the best way to just quickly gauge what you want and where to head into, because it's such a broad field and there's so many different tasks that you could have when it comes to animation that it's best to kind of seek out which department you want to be a part of. But yeah. And there's also 2D animation. Oh, and there's also like storyboarding and also oh, I forgot what it's called, but like the animatic part of it. There's a specific term for it, but I'm blanking out on what it's called. But yeah. If you don't like the tedious task of animating every single frame, you can be a storyboarder, like an animatic storyboarder. So this way you don't have to animate every single frame, but instead just focus on the movement, the framing, and timing of it. Yeah. So what separates a Digimon OC from other Mons OC? There's just something unique about Digimon where you can just glance at them and instantly recognize that's a Digimon. What's the secret? That is true. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of like the eyes, and maybe it's, I feel like a big part of it is the eyes and the very chunkiness of it. So yeah, I think I like kind of got captured it, but not obviously not exactly. This technically in my way is the first time I've ever drawn like a Digimon type of character before, but it's still got the simplicity of like cartoon animation where they can't go full detail on it. Like the way I drew the fur here would probably be way too detailed for something like this. And like the face too, way too muscular for the face. But the eyes, I think, do play a big part of it. That's kind of why I wanted to figure out like how to draw the eyes. And then when I did and went for it, it looked too cartoony. Maybe this is a good time to try to go for the eye again. But I do think the eye is like a big part of it. And like the whole mecha, and it's very anatomical. Like it's very surprising how anatomical the Digimon characters are. Like look at this. There's so much like musculature that's defined in it, and that's kind of why you can look at mine and like why I put so much kind of attention into the musculature, because I'm like, oh, they put that amount of attention into the muscles as well, which is very surprising for an animated show that's already very detailed. So it's very bizarre. Also, I think it's like maybe the bizarreness. We were talking about it in the chat, but Digimon have very bizarre design choices to them. Like they don't really quite make sense in a way. They kind of, it just because it's cool. Like I feel like that was kind of the general consensus. Like there is kind of some reasoning behind it, and it's kind of based on maybe like mythology or mech or some kind of, yeah, there's some kind of backstory. But in the end, a lot of it it's like doesn't really exactly make sense. But that's kind of part of the charm as well of Digimon. So I would say like that might be part of it as well. Started drawing because of 2D animation. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that was a big part of my inspiration too. Is like I started drawing because of 2D animation. A lot of like Disney stuff. Very inspired by that. Um, Especially like the old Renaissance period stuff. I know it's very cliche, but there's a reason why I think so many people are so fond of that time period of animation. Is because it's just a solid classic period of animation and filmmaking. And yeah, but also like manga anime was also a big part of it. Like it got introduced to me by my friends who were like all into it, and they were all reading like Naruto and Bleach and everything. So that also played a big role in I guess my drawing style, and also like my interest in drawing came from that as well. um but yeah, so if there's a part of the industry that you like, I would say look into it, look up like what is it that is going on in the industry, kind of be updated on it, and have a good understanding of like what's going on, and pick a part of it that you are interested in. So character designing, storyboarding, animatics, color scheming or something. But yeah. Oh my goodness, I did it with time to spare. Holy. Okay, I think that's it. Oh man, I'm resting my my uh my knuckles. Oh my goodness. How is such a diverse group of monsters? So what do they all have in common that makes them so recognizable for what they are? I I feel like for some of them, maybe the like okay, if you showed me this, I would have not thought that this is from Digimon. Like if you showed me this, I'd been like, "Oh, is this some like interesting mecha 90s style anime?" I don't know. But then if you was like, "Oh, yeah, it's from Digimon." I'd be like, "What? No, that can't. What? That's crazy." Like this is isn't it crazy? Like this is also Digimon. Like this does not look like Digimon. This looks like Digimon. I guess it's like the animal mixed with mechs, which is now kind of dawning on me now, even though we just like drew, like I just finished drawing it in a way. Like I guess it's the mix of mech versus animals, and the large anatomical limbs that are still there, maybe. That's his evolution. It's so funny. He's like a human, and then he turns into a giant mech robot. Okay, so I think this is it. Oh, it's ice themed, right? We gotta give it like an ice background. Okay, gonna give it a backdrop. Do my classic of whoops, classic of putting it behind but not cover everything, and then we're gonna color it in just very quickly, very quickly, as fast as I can. Might go over time just like a little bit, but we'll just color it in really quickly. And maybe I'll well, I don't know. I don't know if I have time for cleanup necessarily, but yeah. But yeah, this turned out not too bad. I would say for my first time doing a Digimon fan art ish interpretation piece, turned out not too bad. And look at that, we did it. We finished it. Look at us, Kevin. I did it. 2 pieces, 2 days in a row. I finished the piece. Maybe go over time a little bit, but overall, still finished it. You were on time. Yeah, for the most part, I would say, yeah, pretty much on time. Yo, if Quinn was here, they're always, been like, oh, you have this much time left. Are you gonna finish? And I did it. I love the Paul Rudd meme, like the look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. What a roll. I do have to go. Like, I don't think I can stay on too long. So maybe I'll just upload the line work. And then later on tonight, I will upload it with a little bit of just like this fill. So that there's like some colors. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you want. Do you guys want just the line work? Maybe I don't have to color this. I don't know. Maybe it's like unnecessary. We'll see. I wasn't gonna like color it in. I was just gonna give it a flat kind of just color in like this. I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe it works. Maybe it works to not have it colored in, or maybe I should pick a different color. I don't know. Quinn would be so proud. I know. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know we're like almost done. A little bit of an advertisement, I guess, in a way. Tomorrow I do have my members' critiques. So if you are a member on Patreon, you get to, or like, oh man, I forgot the tier, but if you're on the tier that gets you the live critiques, Kevin can clarify which tier, I think, or Kevin can quickly look up which tier. But tomorrow I have live critiques. If you are not part of the tier that gets the live critique, don't worry though, you are allowed to sit in and watch. But yeah, I have live critiques going on tomorrow, so if you'd like to be a part of that, you can still be a part of it if you sign up for the Patreon membership tier that allows you to get critiques. Yeah. Fully control and not be influenced by how they will color it. It could, but I think I have a lot of broken lines. So if I had, I don't know, we could try it. I don't think it would work though, but we could try it. Let's see. Did it select anything? Oh, okay, kind of selected it. I don't know. Let's do an inverse. So yeah, that's why it's a little like messy. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, whoops. Oh, kind of worked. Filled it in for the most part, I guess. You know what though? That was not a bad suggestion. Usually I don't do it because my line work, I don't necessarily fill it all in, but I guess because this one, I actually did fill it all in. It was fine to do that, so yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because usually I have like very broken up line work, and so the whole selecting everything or selecting around it to fill doesn't work. But I forgot that this time I did do that. So thank you. Just say yeah, I was saying, like, Kevin, which tier do you know off the top of your head? I don't know if or maybe you could check, like, which tier gets the live critiques. Is it dedicated, OG, and ultimate? That's like most of them, I think, right? Yeah, but I was just saying, like, I'm having a live critique tomorrow, and if you're not part of it but you're part of like the members tier, like if you're not part of the tier that gets the live critique but you are a part of like just the base membership, don't worry, you can still sit in and listen in on the critiques. But yeah, I'm giving a critique tomorrow, so that's kind of cool. I think I'm gonna make this like darker, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if these colors will work for this guy. We'll go maybe like a little bit duller. Duller could work. Maybe I'll just fill in the whole thing. That's fine. OG, total, ultimate, and VIP. Oh, okay. There you go. That's it. So yeah, I have a live critique happening tomorrow. If you are part of the OG Total Art Nerd Ultimate and VIP portfolio tier, you get the drawovers. So feel free to submit your pieces for the live critiques. But if you are not part of those tiers, but only part of the dedicated art nerds, you are able to drop by and listen in on the feedback. But yeah, with that being said, here is my Digimon inspired character. What did we end up deciding on a name? Was it like Hailgrimon or something? I think that's a pretty dope name. That's pretty nice. But yeah, you guys can look forward to seeing this on Discord. I'm gonna save it quickly and then post it there. And yeah, you guys will be able to take a look at it here. Let's just put my initials real quick. And then we'll call it a day. Today is 003/21/25. There we go. And I'll post both. I'll post both the line work and with this fill-in so you can kind of see what's happening. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining our stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm just gonna read off the closing statements and then stream will come to an end. So hello everybody and welcome to the stream, or I guess thanks for staying all the way through to the end of the stream. If you are just joining us and missed the stream, don't worry about it. This stream will turn into a VOD so you can watch it later on. But if you don't know who we are Wing Canvas, and at Wing Canvas our mission is to make art education easily accessible to everyone. So join us for free live stream lessons on YouTube every week and level up your art skills with our community of art nerds. We're more than just a YouTube channel. We're an online school of illustration dedicated to helping artists turn their passion into income. A huge shout out to our amazing students and members for supporting our mission, and we love seeing your incredible artwork and watching you guys grow in our classes and weekly critiques. Do you want to dive deeper? Join our Discord to access stream notes, demos, exclusive artwork, art challenges, and resources to help you improve. So come connect with our fellow art nerds and get inspired. And that's it. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm gonna leave this on for a little bit longer. And yeah, keep an eye out on the Discord live stream channel. That's where I'm gonna post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good weekend, have a good night, and stay safe out there. Bye bye.